Hi, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. I hope you had a great festive season and a really good time celebrating in the new year. I got unwell. It turns out a lot of people actually were unwell over the Christmas period. So it's just one of those things. I think it was, I'm kind of feeling a little bit a lot better now actually, but I can still hear it in my voice. So I was just kind of wanting to talk about my 2024, 2025 goals, plans, reviews and everything like that. And actually I'm kind of a bit winging it. I don't have a plan with me or anything written down as to recording this. So in August time of last year, I started 2 video series. One was talking about the one that I lovingly called Be More Steve, which was leveling up my author career, and then the other one was talking about my YouTube channel and growing that. And I was kind of recording it weekly, and then towards the end of the year it kind of dropped off just because I got busy and life and stuff like that. And it's totally fine. I actually recorded plenty of updates, and what I've tended to find is that my problem was actually editing and getting the time to edit. So I need to figure a time in my schedule for actual editing. So yeah, last year I had basically 2 goals for the year. One was to level up my author career. It was to kind of increase my output, increase my income and stuff like that, and just, grow my author business. And the other one was to monetize my YouTube channel. Probably talk about the YouTube channel a bit first because that's the easier one. So yeah, the whole thing with the YouTube channel and growing it is you have to be consistent. That is the key. I watch people like Ali Abdul who talk about, starting a YouTube channel, and one of the things he said is if someone comes to him and says they can't make it on YouTube, he will ask them kind of how often are you making a video, and if their answer isn't at least once a week, he's like, go away, make a video a week for 2 years and then come back and say that it's not working. And that is, I know, consistency is the key to growing something like the YouTube and getting it to a monetized level and things like that. And I know I'm also not the most consistent person, and I drive myself absolutely crazy with it. I have the plans to sit down and do it, and life just gets busy and things get in the way. So I think this year I need some better systems to get these things done. I was thinking of kind of treating it like a syllabus. I know when I was studying, I found that having a timetable for my revision for my exams worked so much better. If I was like, right, this time of day I'm doing this, and then this I'm doing this. And I think I benefit from structure in that way. So I might try and do something like that for myself. However, I did make videos last year and I did grow on my YouTube channel, and as I record this, I'm currently at 617 followers on my YouTube, which I know kind of doesn't feel like a lot, but I always think of it in terms of if I had 617 people sitting in a room waiting for me to speak to them, I would crap myself, pretty much. So 617 people is awesome, and it's still growing and it's still going up, and I'm still enjoying it. My goal this year is to try to be more consistent, to try and put a video out once a week, get out of that perfectionism thing, because I'm one of these people, as if I can't do it perfectly, I kind of don't do it, and then that just, stops me working and stops me doing the things that I want. And I've been having a good think about this. Like, I'm sitting down here now recording a video and talking to you, and when I first started my YouTube channel I was so shy that I didn't get in front of the camera. The whole doing my YouTube channel had me growing as like a person and a creator, and with who I want to be and where I want to get. So it's great. So yeah, I didn't hit my monetization for the year, but I didn't do everything I could do to get that monetization in. So I'm not going to look at that number and say I didn't hit 1,000 followers, so I'm a failure, or I didn't make all the videos that I should have done, so I'm a failure. I'm just going to be like, use it to springboard myself. This year, I know what I need to aim for. I need to aim for getting a YouTube video up every week, and already we're in the 2nd week of January and I didn't get one up last week because I was poorly, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'm still going to have the same goal of get my channel monetized, and I'd really love to have it monetized by the end of 2025. However, my goals for 2025 with regards to my writing and my writing career, and again, I've had lots of thinking about this. I love the kind of the New Year energy when you think about everything that you want to achieve in the next year. One of those things I actually want to do is stop being so shy about stuff. I let the voices of other people and the jealousy of other people get in the way of me bragging about what I've achieved. Like, I have written over 50 books. That is an amazing achievement. I have published over 50 books. I am a full-time author. I've taken on some freelance work last week, but that wasn't about money. Last year. But that wasn't about money. That was more about, mental health, because when you're a full-time writer and you're at home and the only people you have to speak to are your characters, it's kind of not that great for mental health. But the freelance work I took on is in the indie author world, and so it means I get to help lots of indie authors while still being a full-time indie author myself, and I kind of get the best of both worlds. Like, I've got a job that pays and I still get to write. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for me there. And so this year I want to brag about my stuff. I want to celebrate my stuff. I don't want to hide, and I mean this in my personal life as well. I think most families have like a family WhatsApp group or a family messenger group or something, and I have one of those. And so this year I've started a podcast with my friend Rob Radcliffe, and I'll link it below if you're interested. And normally I would keep quiet about that kind of thing and just get on with it and do it. But I put in my little family group about how someone had approached us for a sponsorship for our podcast, and how we'd got, so many people, X amount of people watching us on our first premiere of our first episode of our podcast, and how fantastic it was. And my husband messaged me and was like, did you put that in the right group? Because he's not used to me bragging. And I was like, this is going to be the year of me being seen. The year of me seeing myself and being proud of myself and not hiding it away. And if there are people who are jealous, and this is predominantly why I've hidden things, people get jealous and they mock and they kind of belittle you, or at least that's been my experience. And then I've allowed that to let me hide and not to celebrate my achievements. And I'm like, no, if people are jealous and they have a problem and, they want to say nasty things, that's their choice. I don't have to hide myself away because of the things they say about me and my stuff. I don't have to be shy. I can just enjoy being me, and that's one of my goals this year, is to just enjoy being me, enjoy the things I do, not be afraid to be proud of the things I've achieved. So that's one of my goals, and I know it's not really a measurable goal, but I want to work on that part of myself. The other one, as I've just mentioned, is the podcast I've started with my friend. This fellow author is called Rob Radcliffe, writes his own books. I think he's got like 20 plus books out himself. And we met a few years ago, kind of online and then in person at an event, and kind of joked about starting this podcast, which we've decided to start. It's called the Indie Author Roadmap. And I think because somebody else is doing it with me, I have to show up every week and record the episodes. And I have been doing, even while I've been unwell. He's kind of had to sit there, pause while I'm having a coughing fit because I'm poorly. But we have been recording every week and it's been great. I think we've done like 6 episodes now. And we premiered the first one on the 27th of December, ready to kick off the new year. And we had, I think, 13 people watching the live premiere, which, again, doesn't sound a lot, but 13 people watching a live premiere of a brand new podcast with 2 maybe not really known people was fantastic, and it was really good, and we really enjoyed that. So this year, it's not really a goal, it's just going to be continue with the podcast, grow it, and just have such fun doing it and being a creator. The whole idea of this podcast we've got is that it's aimed at the newer writer. Like, there are so many amazing podcasts out there for writers, and I'm not digging at them, but what I feel is a lot of them talk to the really big indie authors, those indie authors that are earning 6-7 figures a year, and that's fantastic. But I think when you're a new author and you haven't even put your first book out, the distance from you to that person who's got nearly 100 books out, is earning 6-7 figures a year, feels so far away. And so what they're talking about kind of just goes whoosh over your head. So Rob and I had this idea is we want to target new writers, new indie authors, people that, you know, they maybe written 50 books but never published one, and they want to get started in the indie world. We want to get to those people and help them launch their indie career, because being an indie author is probably one of the best things I've ever done for myself. I think Rob feels the way too. It's such an amazing thing, and we both love helping new indie authors and love just seeing them launch their first books into the world. So that's the point of the podcast. And then my other goals are my actual writing goals. I always have the goal to write 1 million words in the year. I didn't hit it last year. I wrote just over 800,000 words for the year. And I'm not going to complain about that. 800,000 words is amazing. A lot of that was because I signed up for something called For the Words, which is basically it's like gaming with your writing. So you sprint with friends and you kill monsters the amount of words you write, and it's just a fun thing to do. I love gaming, you know, I love like World of Warcraft and all that stuff, so it just appeals to my writer brain to do this. I was introduced to it by author Lyra Parrish. She was posting about it. I thought I'd test it out. And now it's amazing. I get up at 5 a.m, log on, and there's a bunch of Americans, Lyra's one of them, who are all sprinting together, battling monsters. They are like the night owls and I'm up dead early. And I get to write with them every day. And it's such a great little community, little sense of accountability. So it was really pivotal to me last year because I was struggling to get my words down. And it got me writing and it boosted my word count. And so this year again, goal is to write 1 million words, which leads to the goal of publishing 6 books. I am a double writer. I've talked about this before, the way I write. Literally, when I'm writing, I will write a chapter, spit it out. I don't even correct typos. It looks a complete mess. It's got red lines through it. Pretty much every word is mistyped because I type super fast. I will then print that chapter off, or I'll send it to my iPad, and then I will delete it and retype it back up. And what I find is if I spit out 1,000-word chapter that way, when I retype it, that chapter will become 2,000 to 3,000 words, because I'm not an overwriter on the first pass. I'm literally very sparse. It's he did this, he did that. So when I'm writing 1 million words for the year, that should come to about 6 books for me to publish through the year. I do have 2 pen names. One I jokingly call pen name X, and then me. I'm not sure what the split on my publishing is going to be. I think I definitely want to get a new DCI Rogan book out. I'd really love to get 2 out. I need to get another Death Dealers book out because it's been ages since it's been over a year, maybe 2 years since I've had a Death Dealers book come out, and I'm missing that world. And I also have a Cinderella retelling that I've been writing that I want to get that out as well. So that's at least 3 books as me. And then I know pen name X, I've got the last book in a series to write, a book 4 to write, and then there's a trilogy I want to focus on. So actually that's 5 and 3. So it's actually 8 books that I want to write, but I'm aiming for 6. So we'll see. I would really like this year just to be the year where I focus on getting the words. One of my goals last year was to also level up my author career financially. It's not that I don't earn a full-time income, I do, but I wanted to level my income up so it was a bit more comfortable, so that every month when I got paid, I wasn't one disaster away from struggling with money, because I wanted it that, you know, like the car broke down or something happened, that yeah, I've got the money there to do it. And not be like I'm just paying my bills and stuff like that. If that makes sense. I wanted to raise my income for a bit more financial security for myself. So I actually did that. I learnt Facebook ads last year. I really sat down. I took Matt Holmes's Facebook ads course. I have taken other Facebook ads course in the past and they've been great. But what I found with Facebook ads is I'll put an advert out and 2 weeks the book sells, and then suddenly the ad dies and I'm just losing money. And it's this cycle, and it just constantly felt like failure. And then I discovered Matt Holmes' Facebook ads course. I highly recommended it. This is not sponsored by him at all. It's just I've taken it, personal experience. and it's a personal recommendation. I sat down and I did that course, thoroughly went through every single lesson, even the bits that I already knew, and followed it along, and my sales have been the best they have ever been. One of my books is constantly in the 5,000 mark on the Amazon chart, which is an amazing number because it means I'm selling every day in its own. So that's within the top 5,000 of the whole Amazon chart, within its own categories. It's always been in the top 100, and sure, it might be like at number 90 something sometimes, but it's within the top 100 of its genre. And I write paranormal romance, and so the genres I write in are quite heavily saturated. So to get that high in that is great. My sales have increased, and my goal was to raise my income, and I actually just more than doubled my income last year for the whole of 2024. Yeah, so 2023 my income was at one level, 2024 I just over doubled it, which is fantastic. Obviously my ad spend had gone up, but not that dramatically. I'll have to run the numbers to get the actual percentages so that you can see if it's, the profit's definitely gone. The profit's gone up, and the profit is pretty much at doubled as well. Kind of everything doubled, even my ad spend doubled, and I'm super happy with that. This year, I don't have financial number that I want to get to. I just want to earn equal to or a little bit more than what I did last year. Just keep raising my income, keep publishing the book. My income is at a nice level. So I do have a financial number written down, which is my goal. But it's not huge. I'm not sitting here, I've seen all these people that are like, I want to be a 6-figure author, I want to be a 7-figure author, and obviously if that happens, I'm not going to be, no, I don't want it. It's not what I'm chasing. I find for me, and it's no problem for anybody else who does chase the money, I find for me, if I'm chasing the money, I stress myself out, and then when I'm writing, I'm looking at every book thinking, well, is this going to sell, is this going to sell, and then I'm trying to predict and then decide it's rubbish and don't write. And I read Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic, and one of the things she says is the worst thing you can do for your art is demand that it pays the bills. And for me, that's true. If I am focusing that this book's got to pay the bills, this book, it kind of kills something in my creativity for me. So I want to maintain my income. Obviously, I'd like to increase it a little bit, but I am not shooting to become a 7-figure author this year. That's not a goal. I'm not chasing that. If it happens, that would be wonderful. And I know my goals are quite vague as to what I want to do and what I want to achieve, but they seem pretty simple to me. Write 1 million words, publish at least 6 books, maintain my income for this year or raise it, definitely not below it, and monetize my YouTube channel. Those are my goals. I've got lots of little things in that. Like, I want to refresh my backlist because lots of stuff needs tidying up in them. Increase my social media numbers. There's all these kind of random things that go into it as well. But those are my main goals for 2025. And I do have them written down a lot better. But like I said, this is unscripted, off the cuff, me sitting here rambling and telling you what I want to achieve. So yeah, that's it. I hope it was kind of helpful. I always hope my videos are helpful. But I'm going to leave this here and hopefully try and get some writing done, because I haven't got any writing done yet this year. As I record this, we're currently on the 10th of January and I've not written a single word, which is absolutely annoying because Rob and I, as part of our Indie Author Roadmap, set up 2 challenges. One was Thrive for 25, so it was sit down and write at least 25 minutes every day. And the other one was a 100-day writing challenge, which I've already not done, just from being poorly and unwell. But that is all part of treating myself well this year, is to allow myself to be unwell and not punish myself or feel guilty for it. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to shoot off. I hope that video was helpful. I hope you're having a cracking start to 2025, and if you're not, just be gentle with yourself. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.